beginning of something. One of the things is I'm just ripping out a lot of paper. I want to do a good video. I want to do something that can convince everybody that I really can teach and explain so that we can all learn. Imagine if I can teach somebody to explain and tell my story the way I see it and show them and say, read me these numbers. Tell me about these numbers. So he looks at the numbers and he goes, the highest one and the most furthest away is 3. Down 2, down from here to 1, down to here is 2, over to here is 3, over to here is 4. So I had to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I only had 4 moves to get to the end. 5 and 4. I want to get to the center. I go down 1 and over 1. Why don't I just go this way? Because I'm finding position. It's down and over, is it not? Poof, the reality value. 1, 2, 3. Imagine one of these squares was this Rubik's Cube. I'm going to explain one square. One face part of one square of a square is this size. To create a building, you need the left, because this is one complete cell. You need the left cell and the right cell. You need the back cell and the far back cell. One side here, the other side here, one in the middle. From in the middle, it's left and right. 1, 2, 3. There are 4 corners. There are 4 in between. And there is 1 in between 4 and 4. 4, 1, 4. There is 3, 2, 2, 1, 1. Skull bones, 3, 2, 2. The long bone is between the meat on the inside. The ending is the added on toes. You have the 4 corners. You have 3 in every line. 4 and 3, 4 and 3. There's 1 in the middle of 2. There's 1 in the corner of 2 and 2. There's 1 in the center of 1 and 1. Have you heard me say anything of 6? I haven't mentioned anything of 6. But 6, since this one over here goes with everything, it goes over here as Roman numeral V and 1. Or is it X and 1? Why? Because it's this cube over here. But the 1 is over here next to the X, right? Because it's talking about the point of the cube over here and going into the next cube. Or it's talking about the cube over there. But the 2 greatest numbers is 9 and 8. The word is H and I and says hi. 9 times 8 equals 72. 9 and 8 is 17. 1 is the low, 7 is the high. Why? Because on a 6-sided cube, 1 and 6 equals 7. Explanatory all in itself. I cannot turn the cube this way if I'm turning it this way. Therefore, I do not use these 2. I use these 2. 7 out of 9. These whole section turns in between this section and this section. 3 cubes, 3 cubes, 3 cubes, 3 cubes, 12 and 12, 24? I don't think so. Do you see how many cubes are here? You see 9, right? You see 9, you see 9, 27. 4 by 9, 36. 9 and 9, 45, 54. Huh? It's only 26 cubes here. 8 cubes have 3 is 24. 8 cubes have 2 is 16, is 40. 6 cubes in the center is 46. And then the center row over here. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54. There's your 54. 4 by 2, 4 by 1, 4 by 2. 4 by 1, 4 by 2. So when you talk about 4, 1, 4, 2, you're talking about 4 corners like this of 2 colors. That makes your 8. 4, 2 equals to your 1 and 2, which equals to half. A, B, 1 and 2 equals to half. Why? You said 4 and 2 It's 2 times the number or it's half the number. 2 and 4 is half. So every time you get half, 1 and 2, it's half, eh? Okay, it's 1 separated by 2. That's half. A and B is involved, and 5 and 6 is now involved. The center, with any one of the sides in a Roman numeral, says 1 corner is now involved. If I take this side off and this side, you know, when you put 2 points together, okay, on a V, it creates the X. It's 2 sides showing you the V because there's a separation in between. It means open me up. 3 lines as a gateway in Roman numerals saying 3. 4 of them with a line across says 5. 2 of them with a line across, you struck out. But no need to strike out because you create a star system, numerological star system. You want to go on base? You want to go on base? You go on base like this. Strike 1. Strike 2. Okay. You're struck out. Strike 1. Ball 1. Ball 2. Ball 3. Take your base. See, I do this one versus this one, right? This is the rotation this way. This is in life, and this is this way. The gears turn. See what I have to do here? I have to reconstruct A, E, and I. 1, 2, 3. Down, 1, 2, and over 1, 2. Over 1, 2, and down 1, 2. A, E, and I. There's a whole formation of numbers. What's next? So we did H and I. We did H and I, right? We did H and I. Okay, now in H and I is 8 and 9, and 8 times 9. This equals to 72. This equals to 17. This equals to 17. This equals to 17. This equals to 16. This equals to 18. Okay, so we did this one, this one, this one. This one equals to 17. This one equals to 17. So we got 8, 8, 8. And over here on this, we get 8, 9, 7. So we get 24. We get 16. 1 and 6 equals to 7. The corner, there's 4 corners. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 by 8 is 32. That equals to 5. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 over here. This one is 16. This is 18. This is 16. 16 and 16 is 32 equals 5. 7 over here and 7 over here. This 7 is 7. 16 and 16 is 32. 7 and 7. 18 and 18, it'll happen twice, is 36. 3 and 6 is 9. The answer is 9, 5, 5, 7 to this. And now this would be flipped upside down and reversed because this can. They all could. They all become something else. Let's look at it this way. 57.95. The year we're in right now is 57.75. 95, or if you want to look at it as 59, is EI and O. What is EI and O? See, this is your E, this is your I. Once you do it all together, okay, this is your farmer in the dell, right over here. This connects it. It looks crazy. This is your skull bones. This is your thing. This is your separation of 2 sides. This is your 2 and 8. This whole thing has to be recreated. It's a star system. EIO is 5959 in minutes and seconds. It equals to Einstein, the theory of relativity. Follow the cycle. The cycle is 28. 7 by 4, 28. 7 plus 4 is 11, and 28 is 39. That is the sky. What is this over here? This is part of Neptune. This is the birth cycle. This over here may say 10, but it's 5 and 5 coming together because it's bringing this dot and this dot. 5, 5. This dot and this dot. 5, 5. It brings you 20 into the 5 position, equaling to the B and E. B and E, B in the E family, where A takes place in the heart of B. right over here. This is your B section. This is your B and E. Why? Because we connect down to and over to. Everything is the far corners. We're not talking about what's in between, because what's in between? What's in between here and here is half of this and half of this. So if you want to make half of this and half of this, let's do this. What's in between here and here is half of this and half of this. We don't close all four sides. You don't stop off where you walk on the ground. You're controlling the ground, your hands in the air. Here's your head. First base, second base, third base, you're coming home to the plate. The audience is out in the field. It's the bleachers. You automatically coming to the plate. We got now the foul poles. And we're coming all the way around. And our lucky little rainbow as we bring it home. Dugout 1, dugout 2. Man plays shortstop right over here. Okay, between here and here, he's got second, he's got left, and he's got first base. The pitcher is over here. But you know what the pitcher's name is? The pitcher's name is Tomorrow, because he's pitching from home. Home plate, and that's today. Home plate. HP, 16 and 8. B world, 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 8. 8 and 8 is 16. The difference of day and night, because 6 is the reflection of 8. 8 and 8 becomes the 16. This becomes day and night, the 24 hours, and it represents the flight of the Phoenix. Now, whatever you understand of the flight of the Phoenix, and let's understand Sun Devil Stadium, Arizona. 9 and 8. Now, what is the highest? The highest 2-letter word equals to 52. Because these are the 2 highest letters in the alphabet, right? You can also say you're a wise guy. And if you're a wise guy, that equals to, this equals to 51, right? 25 and 26. That if you're a wise guy, right? But if you want to know about X's, if you have any X's, you put the X and the Z, because that's how it sounds, right, in many languages. So if you would really end in the X and the X's by sound, the sound of this would actually partake in the value of 50, which automatically bumps you up to 56, which means you are the heart of 6. All zeros do that. Everything to do with 0. But you have to understand where. It's the heart of 6 in 2. 2, 6. If this would be a 7 and 6, it would be 13, it would be 4. All zeros equal 6. If this would be a 2 with a 6, it would be an 8. 2 would make this in 8. This one makes it in 2. Do you follow what I'm saying? Now, what's the next one? X, Y, Z. How about this one? You want to use me? How about this one right over here? Because it's the Z or the Z. How about used? Z, UZ. 21 and 26 equals 47. And the representation of time with the highest letters in the alphabet, representation of time, which is number 47, which is the cycle, says used. The 21st letter is U, in which not only is the 21st letter U, right, but it's also C, L, and U. 3, 3, and 3. The combination of 1 and 2 equals to 3. There is no other. 369 Tesla, 666 FOX. Clue Fox. 999 does not exist. The only way 999 exists is if you come to the 27th letter, which is now the A letter. So it would be the connecting letter. YZY would say yeah. 27th letter would say B and G. It would say big. It would say win big. It would say win big MJ. Number 23. Win big DNA, number 14, 7 times 2, 14. Win big, win an I, win me, win big. I haven't got a clue. Could be hiding in the foxhole. The difference between 333, CL and U, 21, 12, 21, this word says to read. It can also say cluck, 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 cluck. The pig's pregnancy, 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. 3 by 3 is 9. 3 plus 3 is 6. 6 and 9 is 15. The highest numbers from the lowest numbers that cannot be made any other way. This is the lowest number, other than making this in pieces and parts. In pieces and parts, this is 2 times 6. In pieces and parts,
1 and 2 equals 3. Okay, in pieces and parts, 1 and 2, 12, or 21 can be 3 by 7. So when you're asking how can we make this prime number work, when we use it another way, but this number is a 2-to-1 figure that gives you half of everything. Inside of 6 Fox, you actually need to do this. It's a 5 and 1, 6. It's a 4 and 2, 6. What we have to know about 5 and 1 and 4 and 2 is this 1 is in the middle of this 5. So it makes it 4. If it makes it 4, it makes it 4 and what? Does it make it 4 and 2? What's beside it? Is it the 4 on the outside? Don't count this 1 in the center. But if it says 4 and 2, it can't count this one because everything is empty, right? This might be 4 and 4. 4 full, 4 empty, 4, 1, 4. This one over here can be 4 and 2. The 4 empty spots with 2 corners. Or you see, there's a lot of things you can do with the question. When you're talking about 1, are you talking about 1 and 5? And we're not talking about the empty spots? Or are we talking about the empty spots? 5 empty spots over here. So we did the alphabet thing, and we understand now that when we get 3, 3, 3, we get one scenario of CLU. But when we say Fox, we automatically get the letters FOX. And then in O, we get A and E. A and E recreates O again. And then X becomes B and D. Well, D and B are both inside E. So no matter what we do when we recreate the word Fox on the dice cube, we get all these letters together. Bad, bead, O, very big on the O, very big. The X letter represents the cat. The X is what we already represented in the baseball. Since X represents the cat, Z represents the dog. Top left. Now, if we were going in baseball, would the Z be this way over the field, or would I do this on the Z? I take it from here, and I go all the way over to here, and then I go to first base. Or would that be the N letter? The N letter passes through second base, the pitcher, and the catcher. So the dog in baseball can show me the Z over the home plate, or it can show me the N, because inside of Z is automatically N. So if you said used, Z-E-D, but E and D being in the sound of Z, this would be 47. But we automatically have to now go U and N, because the N and the Z are turned around. Okay, the U and the N and the U and the N are turned around in small letters. N, 14, and U equals to 35. 35 will also equal to 42, taking out the one spirit in between. Taking out the one spirit in between, this automatically now creates the cat. See, the dog turns into the cat once it's turned the other way. It's turned from 26 over to 14. And now we have the cat, 42. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 is 6 and 8. And now we have 2, 4, 6, 8, the circle of life. Raphael putting some numbers together and thinking and painting and doing whatever I could, because there's a lot of scenarios. There's a lot of things that go on. There's reasons for this. Here's 1, here's 9, here's 5 in between. But on this thing, there are 7. So where does 7 go? Number 7 goes over here. But if you actually take the calculator, okay, number 7 goes between 5, 7, and 9. If number 7 went between 5, 7, and 9, imagine if this over here was the 9, okay? This over here is the 3. The 3's over here, okay? 3's over here, 9's over here. This spot over here is the 7. This spot over here is the 5. This spot over here is the 3. So number 1 gets 13, and number 5 gets 53, and number 5 gets 57, connecting to 79 and 59, which comes off in this corner. I just learned this right now. See what I'm saying? See, although the 5, the corner of this 5, 1, 2, 3, and then starting 1, 2, 3, if I want to look at it that way, but I don't. I want to look at it the in-between. This is in between 2 areas. This is in between 2. Between here and here is 3 and 7. These are the numbers to Nibiru. But at the same time, 3 is here and 7 is here. That means whatever is in between 3 and 7, number 5, is in the controlling of the transfer between here and here. Since this is 3 and 7, and this is 3 and 7, and that is my baseball field, that means the numbers to Nibiru actually equate right over here. I'm going to have to do another video. Raphael 7286 and a constellation of Pegasus. Thank you for watching.